Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's the Straight to the Apex podcast, our Formula One podcast. I'm reliably informed that the season is drawing to a close. Possibly more importantly, I'm reliably informed that one of the hosts of the Straight to the Apex podcast may or may not have guested on another podcast. I doubt that'll be mentioned in this podcast, that's for sure. Before we get started, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review and share the podcast around. If you've got a Formula One fan in your life, send them this podcast. They will absolutely thank you for it. Right, let's get started. Here we go. This is CookieCast, Straight to the Apex.
So for the last 20 minutes now, we've been getting a lot of abuse from Tony because we're late. Well, we're sat here now. We've pressed record because we want to see just how quick he can get on. It has now been 30 seconds. Oh! And he's still not there, technically.
He's still not there.
Is it because he's been kicking a cat and running through doors because he's just that angry?
I don't know what he's been doing. I mean, he's been on one Darkest Timeline podcast and he's fucking Mr. Brave, giving it big uns in the group, saying, "Like, you're late, where the fuck are you?" Fucking knobhead, isn't he? And he hasn't even turned up, look.
I'm expecting some kind of like big entrance or something any second now or something. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm actually nervous now. He's clearly in a weird mood. If this is going to be like episode 3 of last season where he comes in wearing a suit and then starts talking about clowns and everything else, then I'm just going to go now.
Hey James, we've got to stick to Mark's schedule. We can't go off topic. This is a Formula One podcast.
No, you know. He had a couple of... He didn't slate me once on that.
Shock horror.
It's like Andy said, I bring the looks, you're the brains, and he's the comedy relief.
I mean, I'd have put clown. Speaking of clowns, there he is.
Hey!
Mr. Shine himself.
There's 3 of us.
Wow. I'm going to
Hello,
celebrate
everybody.
after 8 minutes. Other mints are available.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. You?
I'm okay, thank you.
God, I've missed your face.
I know, it feels weird that we're all back together. Strangely, but not.
And it feels so good.
He's got a mischievous grin on his face. I don't like this. Like,
Group's
Tony,
back together.
let's address the issue in the room. Let's go off topic. I can't believe it. Oh my God, Mark's going off topic.
We're going to talk about your hairline.
Well, no, it's disappearing. We all know that. Tony has got 10 years to go, James. We know he's probably going to look the most fucked out of all of us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's coming in.
There we go.
I'd go with that.
I like the beard. I like the beard game.
Have you trimmed it?
No. I'm just growing it out. Just
Mate, keep it. Yeah, you had a strong beard game the other day on the Darkest Timeline. I was sitting there quite impressed. I was actually I was thinking to myself, when I die, I want to come back as that beard.
wow.
You want to be on Tony's face?
Well, it won't be the first time, but But look, it was a stag do. Things happen.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened. It happened to be a certain weekend, and it was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was before he threw up in the corner of a pub while playing beer pong, but
I was literally, it was almost beer boarding. That's what it was called. That's what happened to me.
I mean,
instead of waterboarding, beer boarding.
He was very jealous that we cuddled in bed, James, and he missed out on that. Obviously, that probably still haunts him to this day.
God, I forgot about that.
You cuddled my leg. It was my leg, nothing else.
So many things. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm suddenly thinking about what Andy said about him, like vetting this, every episode of our podcast while he's at work when you've got lads at either side of him at the desk, and that's probably going to be either his belly laugh moment or a little bit of confusion. Either way, there is going to be a reaction from Andy there.
I know, poor Andy having to vet us. I mean, fucking hell. Come on.
I mean, is it an honour?
Yeah.
Do you think that with that risque?
Well, one of us.
That we need to be vetted? I don't know. Hi, Andy.
How did you enjoy? Well, I mean, Andy knows a bit about his Formula One, so you're more than welcome to come on the last episode next week. Tony, however, I've got a question. Andy, give you a Formula One question. Greatest driver of all time. Why the fuck didn't you say Ayrton Senna? Because that is your answer to everything.
No, I don't think he's the greatest of all time.
Oh, well, right, okay. I was shocked.
I was surprised.
I was absolutely gobsmacked. I've listened to the podcast twice, thinking he's got to say Senna somewhere. Nothing.
No. You made some good points. I did agree. I thought, no, actually, yeah. He is the first driver to go out, push the limits, everything else. I'm not going to say my answer because I know at some point I'm probably going to be going on to the darkest timeline as well, which means that I may get asked similar questions. So I don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to keep my cards close to my chest. I'm gutted now because I can guarantee Andy will ask that question now. I'll be like,
nah.
Yeah.
It'll be a different one. Did you enjoy it, Tony?
I loved it. Thought it was fantastic.
It was a great.
Listening back, I did sound a little bit morbid, but we're going to do more. I think that's the first of many, so no worries.
I wouldn't say you sounded morbid. I mean, you attacked me a lot. You didn't even mention James at all. I mean, good, bad. You mentioned Charlie.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
James, was your hair? Are you all right?
I hadn't actually realised till you pointed that out.
I mean, that part of the pod. Let's go back in time and go to that moment where we were all together, and it was actually James's wife that approached me because I was on my own and said, "Are you okay? My name is Charlie. My husband's James." You two didn't give a fuck. You were just fucking doing whatever you wanted. Like, who the fuck's this kid? Jesus.
I always knew there was some reason I disliked Charlie, and now I know the reason why. Cheers, Charlie. Thanks for that.
She brought me in.
In my defence, because I was at the same do, and I think this was the first you had been brought to as well.
Was you I know what you were doing. You were heckling people to brush their teeth. That's what you were doing.
Me?
I think that's what you were giving out floss. That's what you were doing. But that's fine. If your wife told you to do that, that's fine. I've stood in the middle of town with the mayor giving out advice. Anything for our wives.
God, you're boring.
Which goes back to the original one said.
In my defence,
I was a bit boring.
I didn't want to even go to this thing. Okay, because I don't like people.
Mate, yeah.
Charlie said, she went,
great advert for the podcast.
Yeah, they don't like people.
No, I can explain better on another time, but a lot of people are just stupid. Hi, people who listen to podcasts.
It was in a church as well.
Yeah, maybe.
It wasn't a church.
We met in a church.
Obviously, it's not very memorable for you, but for me, I remember it yesterday.
We met in a church.
We went for a meal. It was like a perfect 32 meal kind of thing.
It was Welly in at Lund, wasn't it? Shout out to Willie.
Yeah. But yeah, I went.
Church. Big up God. Jesus Christ.
God's plan.
God's plan.
Charlie was like, look, there's two other guys there. Katie and Beth are bringing their other halves with them. So you got some. So like, yeah, all right, fine. And I was sat near Mark. So me and Mark was going to start talking straight away. You were sat at the other side.
Yeah.
And that was mainly because you and Beth turned up 20 minutes late, as per usual.
No, I knew that card was coming. Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we have been on here for 10 minutes and...
Yeah. We're not sticking to my schedule, James. Come on.
I do apologise. This is episode 25, straight to the apex. As always, first of all, big old shout out to Andy at Cookie Cast and the rest of the crew for, as always, putting up with us. I can't even say that they put up with Tony. I mean, he got like a VIP guest spot. And...
I know.
Yeah. If this was Top Gear, I would be the guy who goes around throwing offensive slurs out there and probably punches people for bringing cold sandwiches. In the driver's seat this week, James Stainforth. If we were going to talk about another member of Top Gear, Tony would be the guy who flips a car upside down and drags his...
Yes, I'd get in a rocket car and try and drive it into the ground.
And yes, that means that Mark is Captain Slow. Hi, Mark.
To be fair, I've not witnessed your driving yet, James. Tony is Captain Slow. He's not as fast as you think.
I don't know. I mean, most of Leeds are under the impression.
Heat on my name. I'm taking it easy. I've got heat on my name. I'm taking it easy.
Wow.
I've got 4 stars on PTA in real life. I'm just trying to take it easy. Anyway.
We haven't been in the same bloody room for about...
I don't know, quite a few weeks.
I mean, what is it? You went away for your birthday, then I went away to France and started chasing down, like...
French Annas.
I
had some bad news, so I was out of action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It feels like it's been a long time. I don't know why.
Probably, I don't know.
Strange. It feels good that we're back together now.
We're here, yeah. We're back together. We're not all in the same place, but we're back.
It makes you realise how much you've missed it.
Yeah.
No comment.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's disappeared again. Woohoo! Oh, he's back.
Wow.
So,
I felt that love.
I was about to start shouting out Vegas, but then I realised, no, Mark's formula.
I mean, we don't want to go on about it, you know, but...
What episode is it?
It's already said
episode 25, already did that. Good to see that you're listening, Tony, you know.
He's had some fucking summit tonight, hasn't he? Summit being shoved up him.
I'm sure you're right now.
Got any bottoms on?
Oh, God. Oh, look at that. Wednesday night. Dominoes.
This episode's brought to you by
Relentless Dominoes. Just talentless. Sorry. Talentless.
Is this the one that we ordered a couple of years ago that Beth started kicking off about? Has it finally arrived?
Oh, she just rings them now. She just rings them and says, I ordered about 5 minutes ago. Where are the wedges? And if they start like questioning, she just starts getting more angry and shouts at them, and they're like, "Oh, we'll come. We'll just bring them. We'll bring them."
Mate, Beth don't even have to wait for them to answer the phone. Beth can just ring, and once it's rang once, put the phone down, and as soon as they see her number, they're just like, "Oh fuck, just send some wedges, Jesus."
Send all the pizzas because one of them will be right. It don't matter which one. Send them all.
send all the pizzas. Put out a job advertisement for a new delivery driver needed urgently. And then can we just spend a minute to remember our previous delivery driver? And that's when the press Boys to Men. And they just sit there for a minute.
And then that's the end of another shift.
I was thinking, I'll get love to you. No, not that one.
Friday. Okay, right. So, guys, Vegas.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
Honestly, what did you think?
So I was there, wasn't I, a few months ago now.
I'm going to say not yeah.
Yeah. Weird to see it, how much that had been put up since I was there. Thought the race was all right. Quali was all right. Didn't start very well during the weekend. I think it's the first time I've actually watched practice. But our practice reporter will obviously fill us in on practice because he loves practice.
I can guarantee you didn't watch this one.
No, probably not. But yeah, I actually thought it was better than I thought it would be being a street circuit, and the fact that all the drivers said they'd crash on simulators driving it. What did you guys think?
I think 2 minutes before the formation lap kicked off, I said to Charlie, I think this is going to be a major disappointment. I just thought none of the drivers are happy about it. No one's really done what, P1 didn't really happen. It's cold, they're all going to be managing the tyres. Nothing exciting is going to happen. Because I think it was Albon who said you can't have any grain and you're going to have to nurse the tyre. So I thought it's going to be wank. It's going to be pants. But mate, I was so wrong. Really enjoyed it.
Did you? I thought the backdrop of the race looked cool. Like going down the strip, obviously all the casinos in the background, the hotels, the sphere. I just thought.
I was going to say the sphere where it just like follow the drivers as it goes back.
I think that was the best backdrop ever. What was cringe, and I think I agree with Max, is the whole before the race thing. They had a cut. But then again, they put an event on. It wasn't just Formula One. Like me and James have been to the NFL in the UK and abroad. The NFL game is second or third on the list because it's an event. There's so much on. And that's what Vegas did. I mean, we've been to Vegas. We know like what Vegas is like. What did you think, Tony? Like not being to Vegas? Oh, really, Tony? Whoa, you sound a bit rough.
Domino's driver who's escaped from the basement.
Get him! Go get him!
That was the wedge. There's some more wedges. More wedges have just come through the door.
He's posted them one by one.
He's lost his hand there now.
And the dogs are in the kitchen.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I agree with you, Mark. The backdrop was insane. The fireworks and I enjoyed the show at the start. I thought it was different, where they all came out in like little carts and then was raised up in the air, and it was all like Hunger Games style, like Ferrari.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I think it was better than what I expected. I thought it would be a bit naff. I thought the race would be a bit shit, but it was actually all right. I enjoyed it all. It was different. And it was a bit like a Monaco in the future kind of race, like almost like the whole event.
Yeah,
is as big, or if not bigger, than the actual race. I'm like, I like the. It's all about the race, very traditional in that respect. But I suppose this is.
You fall asleep. It's not all about the race.
That's what it's all about. You eat, you watch, you fall asleep, you wake up.
Do you think it was worth the $500 million it cost to get the track ready, everything around it? Obviously, there was quite a lot of locals weren't very happy. Like they were getting moved on from the bridges, they were covered up, hotel rooms were covered up. The fans were kicked out in practice too.
Yeah, that was a disgrace. Proper disgrace.
Do you think it was worth the $500 million?
If it's going to be there for the next 10 years, I think it's worth it. I think. But no, I think it is. Because the backdrop at the end, throughout the whole weekend, you're just like, wow, I want to be there.
Yeah, I mean,
want to be there. Like that's one of the very few races where I'm like, I want to fucking go there.
When it was the safety car and the sphere was like yellow, and then like you say, and it had its little helmet on, like that sphere is unbelievable. Even when you're there, it looks fake. It's just absolutely mesmerizing. And I think incorporating all that into it, you're right about Monaco. It's like Monaco further down the line. So let's be Monaco.
Like in the future,
let it be the new Monaco.
The new prestigious track.
Do you prefer that, or do you prefer Qatar?
Vegas, because there's actually supporters there and fans.
I would say we're going to probably do an end of season review of worst races, worst tracks,
best sleeps,
best moments.
My favourite nap was in Q1 at Abu Dhabi.
That's not how we talk. That's not how he talks, James. You know how he talks, Shackner.
I forgot I said that.
How about that? No, I think it's there. It's there to stay, and it'll only get better. I think.
They forced that home. I think they forced it home that it was 10-year deal, 10-year deal, 10-year deal. So
they own paddock. They own the paddock.
Yeah.
They built the paddock. All right.
Did they? Did they build the paddock?
They built it. They own the ground. They own the ground. They own the ground where the paddock's built.
Right. Thanks for clearing that up.
Because they're there for 10 years.
Right. Okay.
10 years. 10 years are there for.
10.
And they own the paddock.
Yeah.
10 years.
With the F1 on the top.
Oh yeah, they own that.
The land.
Do they?
They own the land, the paddock, and they're there for 10 years.
Oh, it's F1. I've been reading my notes about the laces out. I've still got my MVP and everything here.
Oh
shit!
It says it on the top of the paddock.
I've got my predictions. We're going for our
They
predictions.
own the paddock. They own the paddock, and they own it for 10 years. The race is going to be there for 10 years.
49ers beat the Bucks. Yes, they did. Yeah. Oh, sorry, wrong podcast. Sorry.
Tom Brady's coming back. The only thing I think, and I don't know if using the word messed up is too strong, but I think they missed a trick.
Okay.
All right. I got messed up there. I know what you mean now.
Because obviously they didn't have the cool room, they had the cool car. Which was
that's different.
Where that camera was in between Max Verstappen's legs, I thought I was just watching Tony's wedding all over again. I'm not going to lie. Look,
Max has seen that wedding and thought, I need to get in on that action. Crotch action,
we'll get the thumbnail and we'll just make that the backdrop. Oh, mate. Yeah, Tony can sit there with a little straight to the apex backdrop. We'll just
I'm
have
not
a backdrop.
sending no video to anybody. That's my video. My demo. I'm not going to let you ruin it.
Believe me, you shared your crotch that day.
Every one of your guests saw it.
Yeah. Every one of the guests.
Max Verstappen.
Some you didn't know. They saw your crotch quite clearly.
No.
Especially when you didn't. Went out to everyone.
American Pie style.
Like American Pie, yeah. There's Blink 182 all sitting there in rehearsal or something with a monkey on the shoulder going, "Daz, dude." But yeah. So anyway, I digress. They drive to the Bellagio, do the interviews, and watch the fountains, then get back in the car and drive to some random spot where the podium was. They should have had the podium outside the Bellagio. When you go to Vegas, you go the Bellagio and you sit there and watch the fountains. It's like the one thing you definitely have to do.
Maybe if they hadn't have built the pits and they own it, 10 years. Yeah.
You're talking about the paddock?
At the paddock. That's a great shout. Why didn't they go into the
race is
lobby?
there for 10 years.
They own the land.
It's got F1 on the top.
Why didn't they go into the lobby at the Bellagio?
They made Charles Leclerc's face on the F1. Did you see that?
No.
What, they had a sphere?
Which they're there for 10 years.
Wow.
Bellagio.
Oh, dear.
Seen that Wim Hotel? That's pretty good, isn't it?
But it was
pretty big, isn't it?
It was just like, why didn't you do it? I mean, have you win, do the national anthems, and as soon as the champagne pops, the fountains go, and that would have been the cherry on top, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you're in Vegas. There's no bigger than that, is there? Like you say, Bellagio, fountains. Like they had the F1 car on the pedestal in the back. Yeah, that should have been where they did the trophies and everything. But there was fans around there as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah.
It's a weird one.
But
no. Overall, enjoyed it. Looking forward to seeing it again hopefully next year. Or for the next 9 years, because I think it's there for 10 years.
I think so. Tony's mentioned it once or twice.
It's definitely there for 10 years, guys. I know that for sure. Because they bought that land and they built the paddock.
God,
F1 on the top of it. And the F1 on the top is the screen. It changes. So you can get
put 10p in him tonight. Friggin'
Mate, Andy's sitting here listening to this right now. He's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Andy, this is your fault. This is what you've created. You've created this monster here. Cheers, Andy. We've got
a few big hotels as well. They look good.
These three cannot have this much time apart ever again. It's no
holidays. The band
and the strip. The strip was good. All great. Loved it. Fantastic. Come again. Well, we are. 10 years.
9 more years, yeah.
That's because they own the paddock. And they're on the top.
So we're in part 4 because Tony keeps saying 10 more years. F1 paddock, they own it. F1 on the top. F1 on the top. Shut up now. I know.
3-hour-long episode of Straight to the Apex, and 2 hours and 57 minutes of it is just random bullshit. At some point, we will get on to the news.
We will.
This is what they were like on TV, weren't they? They were like, after every break, every segment, it was like, we're back in Vegas. Oh, it's amazing here. We're here for 10 years. This is the paddock. This is there's the Bellagio. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? There's the strip. Can't wait to see cars down it. And we're in the paddock. And we're here for 10 years, by the way. This is the Bellagio. And there's the fountains. And we're going to race down the strip. And this is a beautiful paddock. Because we're here for 10 years, With F1 on the top. And there's the Bellagio. And the fountains. They look pretty.
Is he stuck?
And we're going to race down the strip in a minute. Well, that's what it was like. That's what it was like. I was
in the paddock.
Shut up and fucking race. And then Sainz ran over a fucking drain.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't him, it was Ocon.
Ramsey, they're in the paddock. They own that,
Oh, yeah. Friggin' hell.
Oh, because we're here. We're here. That's what. Because we're going to be here for 10 years. Oh, fucking.
For a fact, the reason I get put on that is because no fucker else had done any other research about Vegas or anything, and that is the only fact that they had.
Yeah.
Brundle's like, guys, I need loads of interesting facts. It's like, we're here for 10 years. Like, right, yeah, great. What else? Tell me something about the sphere. We built the paddock. Yeah, but what about the sphere? What about the fountains? How many litres of water does the fountain pump every hour? The paddock's got F1 written on top of it.
I mean,
at one point, did Ted? I think it was Ted or Crofty said, "Oh, did you see the Sophia? Did it put you off when you were driving, Brundle?" And he was like, "Nah, I didn't really see it." And then it cuts to a shot of the cars, and it's literally the Sophia's like there, It's
the drive is calm, and it's like you're driving right towards it.
Yeah. If you didn't see that, you shouldn't be driving an F1 car. Ted did a good piece before the race, like how Vegas started and obviously the old strip and how it became the new way. It was run by the mobs and stuff. But yeah, they did. I know what you're saying. They repeat themselves a lot. Like Simon Lazenby is a nightmare for that. And also, how much is he in love with Christian Horner? He was literally gazing at him when he was talking, going, "There's a wedding chapel over there. Will you marry me?" Just like, fucking hell. Crawl out. Crawl out, mate. Come on.
Right. We've got about 10 minutes before we take our first break.
Yeah.
And looks like Las Vegas, we're probably going to be here for 10 years. What news have we got, lads?
Mick Schumacher.
That much.
Yep.
Has got a driving race seat for 2024 in the World Endurance Championship.
Ooh.
Yay.
Wow.
Might as well just be driving for Stagecoach.
Pretty much. The only other thing I've got
That's 12-hour shifts.
Is, did you see a lot of the press conferences about the whole Science's car? Ferrari boss was absolutely livid. Obviously, you got a 10 grid penalty. It cost them about $2 million for the repairs. It broke the cockpit. It broke literally everything. Do you agree or disagree with the fact that it should have been penalised because of that failed drain cover?
I think it's harsh.
Yeah.
I do. I get both sides of the argument for me because, yes, that pothole absolutely destroyed the bottom of that car and the engine. We know that. So I understand why Ferrari's like, look, clearly we should be able to replace everything and be fine. But I also get the FIA side of it with that whole kind of, but how do we know that the engine was perfectly fine beforehand? You're not just replacing the engine that's been damaged by that. There's going to be other little knocks inside the engine that you're also going to be replacing. So I get both sides of the argument. I still think it's harsh. So I don't think it's. I don't know. Meet in the middle. Maybe just say, look, we won't give you 10. We'll give you 5.
My only worry. I totally agree with everything you've just said. It was harsh. It was. Drain covers have come up before, Monaco, but we're in a budget cap era now. My only reservation with them saying, right, Carlos, okay, stick your grid place where you are. We'll give you the $2 million it's cost cap. If they did that, you can guarantee a team the next race, probably Red Bull, would say, "Oh, we hit a curb. The curb was loose. It's damaged this, so we need to replace this. Also, it cost £8 million. So where do you stop? How do you police that?"
I think what the FIA actually said was, even though we agree, it'd be unfair to. I think they kind of went down, look, we know what you're saying, but we can't.
Yeah. And in the press conference,
it was on that
it was
kind
very
of
much like.
It was what, sorry?
In the press conference, Vasseur was absolutely pissed. Absolutely pissed.
Yeah, it was.
But everybody else was kind of like, well, it happened to your car, didn't it? If it happened to our car, we'd feel exactly the same, and you'd feel exactly the same as us. It's an unfortunate thing that's happened. Like it was your car, but how, like you say, Mark, you can't change the rules. You can't just suddenly say, "Oh yeah, fix it, fix the damage," and nothing because it was our fault. Well, they could take the piss, couldn't they? The engine's wrecked. This is wrecked. Oh, they've wrecked this as well. It almost turns into like an insurance jobby. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, it's going to cost this. It's going to fucking cost... Oh, dear me. Oh, fucking hell. We need a fucking new garage, guys. Fuck me. This... God. Fucking hell. This drain covers. Oh.
And that's what it comes down to. I don't trust any of them, to be honest. Toto, Fred, obviously Christian. I mean, he's the leader. All of them. The guy at McLaren, Zach Brown, they will all bend and push the rules as much as they can to benefit them and the team. And the rules are the rules. If a drain cover comes up or whatever, yeah, it's shit. But equally, if you're driving down the street and someone T-bones you because the brakes fail, one of them things, innit? It's shit. But if you could trust them, totally get it. You know, there you are, Ferrari. I'm ever so sorry. But you can't trust any of them.
Now, and if you change the rules, say like, oh, we'll change rules from this, again, they could just take the piss. Someone could go over another drain cover and then potentially, again, like I just said, they could write up a blank check, basically. Oh, well, it's done this time. We hit this curb that shouldn't have been there, and it's caused this, and this. I think it's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
And it's harsh and unlucky, but it is what it is. So if Sainz hadn't hit it, they would have seen it on the track, potentially yellow flagged, red flagged, and it would have got sorted.
It happened at Monaco to, was it Jenson Button? I think he said a drain cover come up.
Azerbaijan, George Russell.
Yeah,
that was when they drove under the bridge as well, and then the crane hit the top, if you remember, and then started dripping oil onto his car as well.
Yeah. It's one of them things that, unfortunately, the more street circuits they go to, you're gonna get these things, aren't you? I mean, it was the concrete that failed randomly. It was really odd.
Yeah, not the manual, it was the concrete around it.
But like you said, Tony, you're going to get these things, and unfortunately, it's just you're the unlucky one. Like say, Ocon got damaged, but not as much as Sainz.
Yeah, one of those things. It's happened before, it'll happen again.
Yep.
I think the only other thing I've got that I'll quickly touch on is Sky having to apologise for Christian Horner's behaviour. Even though I thought it was fucking brilliant, because it's what we all do. As lads, we all fucking do it. And it was when Ted was doing something, he was just doing a little bit, and he turned around and went, "Oh, there's Christian over there." And the camera panned over to Christian, and Christian turns around at his pit box and just looks over and smiles, and all of a sudden he just goes with his hand, puts his middle finger up and starts. And Ted just goes, "Oh, moving on."
Yep. Whoopsie. Yeah, that was quite good.
Christian, most of the time, I can't stand you. I mean, for one thing, you're married to the Spice Girl I fancied when I was at school, and now she's like a serious, full-blown MILF. But, mate, that was class.
Fair play. Fair play for that.
Fair play, Christian.
Well played.
Just another 100 points to go.
But yeah, what do you reckon, lads? Quick break, get some drinks in, get into quali and whatnot.
Actually talk about Formula One at Las Vegas? Yeah, why not?
Absolutely. I mean, if not, we can do it next year, because they're there for 10 years.
10 years.
Have they paid for the pit building?
Yeah, they own the ground. That's why they built the paddock with the F1 on the top.
Wow. Did they build that themselves? Do they own that?
They went down the strip. All the cars went down the strip.
James,
past the Bellagio.
Please wrap it up.
With the fountains.
Please wrap it up. We'll find the
I don't know what to do.
We'll find the reset button on Tony for part 2, believe me. There he goes. We're rebooting him now.
Turn him off and on again. Right.
Hey, you. Yeah, you that's listening right now. Thanks very much for tuning into this episode of Straight to the Apex, the Formula One podcast from CookieCast. If you're enjoying this episode, why not like, share and subscribe? Whilst you're there, feel free to check out some of the other podcasts that CookieCast has to offer. If you like football, we've got a football podcast. NFL more your thing? Then the Laces Out podcast is for you. Maybe even a little bit of the wrestling. Just look for the Getting Over podcast on CookieCast. Maybe you want to listen to Andy's Darkest Timeline. It's there too. So, the F1 boys have probably got themselves a drink. It's time to get back to the action.
This is what we do. And we're back. And once again, we're back to 2. Not because Tony's gone anywhere else or anything else like that. It's actually a case of the authorities have come now. They have found the Domino's delivery drivers that have been missing for the last 5 years. There was a collection of them down in the basement. Yeah, it got dark. It got dark.
They just wondered why they all went out for one delivery and never came back. They're always the same house. Just can't work it out.
How long do you reckon it's going to be, honestly? Come on.
Well, so we're 2 minutes in now. On my clock, sorry. The amount of shit he gave us about being, well, what I'll say was after 8 and then just said, I'm ready. Well, thanks for telling us. Oh, and here he is. Hello? Oh, he's not there.
We're doing this again.
Yeah, he's making a good. Do you know now he's a superstar and he's been on another podcast?
Yeah, that is.
We was just on the NFL one last week and we didn't mention it, did we? He's coming and he's almost doing like the entrance to the Las Vegas Grand Prix. He's making a big song and dance about it. Look at me, watch me. Attention-seeking little prick. There he is. Oh, he's gone.
I'm back.
Hallelujah.
Maybe it's like a Vegas thing. He's doing like a Penn and Teller, he's doing magicians, I don't know.
Did you see that magician with the Ferrari drivers on the pre-race thing?
Yeah.
He was quite good. He was quite good. Tony's not that magician.
I mean, if you're a magician in Vegas, you kind of hope that they're going to be good, don't they?
Yeah. You can't.
If you spend a lot of money to go to Vegas to watch a magic show, and the best thing he can do is just go,
whoa! You
don't want your money back, aren't you?
Man's blood.
$10, please.
Oh, I've got two circle hands, but if I put them behind my back, and all of a sudden it's like, oh!
You should work in Vegas.
And he just stands there and goes,
Magic.
Oh, we are back.
Yeah.
Part 2 of episode 25, season 2 of Straight to the Apex. Yes, it's definitely Straight to the Apex. I had to check that myself. It's been a while. But we're back. We eventually got onto the news.
Yep.
There was a bit.
Yep.
I'm not going to mention certain things that might, I don't know, flare up Tony a little bit like Dustin Hoffman in Rain Man did when the fire alarm started going off, something like that. But it's all right. We've got a system now. If he does flare up again, we're just going to drop a box of toothpicks. We'll be good. And anyone who hasn't watched Rain Man and doesn't get that reference, you're too young. Stop listening to the podcast. Stop it. Put it down. Walk away. And watch Rain Man. It's got Tom Cruise in it. You'll like it. Maybe.
Have you seen it, Tony?
No.
Yeah, that's a shock. Right, moving on.
Rain.
Sorry.
Rain.
But, Ollie.
1988.
Right.
Oh, released it 1989.
Right.
You're not going to say, I was too young to watch it.
I never said that.
No, but I'm waiting for you to say something. Oh, I was too young to watch that. Why would I have seen that? I was only just born around that time and all that kind of stuff. And yet I can guarantee you probably watched every single Bond film out there.
No comment.
Watch Rain Man. And then get back to us.
Don't fall asleep.
In fact, if you watch Rain Man, there'll be parts of The Hangover that suddenly make sense.
Okay.
The Hangover?
And then Cocktail, then Days of Thunder.
Oh, Cocktail. What a film. What a film. Great film.
Any Tom Cruise film from the 80s.
Yeah.
You'll be good. Risky Business. Definitely got to watch Risky Business. This is Straight to the Apex, where we talk about films that you could rent from Blockbuster. If you don't know what Blockbuster is, you're too young. Put down the podcast, walk away.
You can't go rent a movie because it's now gone bust.
Although there is still one fucking store out there, so I just can't remember where it is.
Is he?
This Cocktail is just...
There's one Blockbuster store left in the world that is still running.
Right, anyway, Quali. I ate Quali.
Is it true? Brian works as a bartender in Jamaica, where he meets his mentor, Doug, who challenges him to pursue a wealthy girl. Complications arise when his girlfriend sees them together.
Stop, Tony.
Mate, it's Straight to the Apex. It's not IMDb.
Yeah, come on. Other films are available.
And other movie review websites available as well.
So, Quali.
Sounds shit, not gonna lie.
I'm gonna cut you off for that comment right now. Don't ever say Cocktail is shit again. Ever. Next you'll be saying Top Gun shit.
Top Gun is not shit. Top Gun's not shit.
Right.
It's got planes in.
Come on, James. Steer it the right way.
Tony, how far into Quali did you fall asleep?
No, I didn't. I don't think I did. Don't think I did. No, I think it kept me going through the Quali because certain people went out quickly.
Yeah, so I got Q1. Not really much happened, really. Norris goes into the pits towards the end. Piastri is struggling. He's in the drop zone. And then right in the dying second, Lance Stroll pushes Norris out. Q1. Both McLarens gone straight away. Yeah. They weren't having a good weekend, full stop.
No. And
why did Norris not come out? Why did Norris come out? I don't understand that. What happened?
They just knew it wasn't worth it. That's all I can think.
Yeah.
Only other thing I've really got from that is the whole Ocon Verstappen thing.
Yeah.
There was a bit of argy-bargy going on between them, and then Verstappen deliberately cuts him off on the corner and then goes on the radio going, "What an idiot." It's like, mate, that was you.
I think, wasn't there some footage, though, where Ocon had done it to him first? I think Ocon had made the first move. Because I was thinking that. I was thinking,
well, the commentator said he started it.
Yeah. I'm sure there was another video, because I remember thinking, Max, what are you doing? And then it said, actually, it was Ocon a bit further up. And yeah. But it was stupid.
I won't be surprised, really, because Ocon does seem to start a lot of shit. Yeah, and he has stared a lot this week as well.
Yeah.
Q2, similar kind of thing. Perez sitting there in the pits, minding his own business. And then Albon just comes along and just goes, "Yeah, see ya." Woo! And that was it. Hamilton gone as well. It was just...
Yeah.
I mean, it happened so quick because, Perez goes out and I'm sat there laughing, going, Perez is out again in Q2. He's getting good at that. And I'm laughing, and then all of a sudden he goes, and Hamilton's out. I was like,
And that's as fast as he could go, he said on the radio.
Couldn't get any more speed out of the car.
Yep.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing. Another shit show for Mac.
Yep.
The only thing that showed promise all weekend really was Ferrari, and they showed it a hell of a lot in Q3 as well. I mean, there was a lot of to and fro in between pole and stuff like that, but Max he couldn't get anything.
No. Nope.
He wasn't enjoying this weekend at all. He made his opinion very clear in his 2-minute rant in the press conference, which I hate to say I agreed with. But he just wasn't happy this weekend, and I don't know if it's just you don't like the car there or what. But
you say that, and I totally agree with you. Totally agree with him. He was saying, it's all a farce, blah 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 blah. If you don't like Vegas that much, do not turn up on a Sunday in a full-blown Elvis race suit, and then when you cross the line first, start singing "Viva fucking Las Vegas." If you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy all of it. You little petulant little fucking child. Because as soon as you was winning in your Elvis suit, you was like, "Woo, Viva Las Vegas." Fuck off, right? You've been moaning all weekend.
I mean, I could go on an entire podcast just talking about how much of a dick Max Verstappen was this weekend. I really could. That will be part 5 of this week's episode of Straight to the Apex.
He was. Up until Sunday, he was in a right mood. And then he turned up on Sunday, like I say, in the Elvis race suit. And you thought, he's not being forced to wear that because he actually looks happy. And then he started singing Viva Las Vegas. And I was thinking, you hypocrite. You absolute hypocrite.
Yeah. It's like, it's not about the show. People don't understand us, what we go through, blah, blah, blah. And then on Sunday, showtime. It's like, mate. Jesus.
Although I've now realised why Tony hates George Russell so much. They are very alike. George Russell had 4 naps on Friday.
I did hear that, yeah. He had a couple of naps between P1 and 2, didn't he?
Yeah. You could be the same person.
Potentially. There's some similarities. But their body clocks must be wrecked.
Yeah,
from quality to race to. I mean, my body clock was wrecked just trying to keep up with the whole fucking damn thing. But God knows what they're doing
this week, didn't he? He said, everyone says that footballers have it hard, with what they go through the bodies and stuff like that. And he said, you don't understand what it's like as an F1 driver. And he's right. The G-forces to go through, the jet lag.
Oh, I mean, the race.
Even though everyone's trying to be green and trying to reduce on carbon emissions and stuff like that, but you're going from America to Australia to America to Europe to America to Mexico to America. It's like,
but it's like the race was at night.
Yeah, 10 p.m. started.
So how do you get your body? You've both been there. How do you get your body to go back to like Western time, but then you're actually not doing what you should be doing until late at night? Like the race was like after midnight their time, so it's complete fuck with them.
They didn't see daytime. They all said like they were doing press junkets at 3 or 4 in the morning.
For me though, as well, when I went to Vegas, I was absolutely fine going. It was coming back.
Oh yeah, took me a week.
I mean, coming back from Vegas, I had every symptom of jet lag apart from irregular periods. The only one I couldn't tell you why.
But I tell you what, you've just brought up a really good point. Abu Dhabi is this weekend, so they're not. We found it hard to go back to the UK. They're going further.
Yep, they're going UK. Oh, it's the win. Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of them have flown immediately after the race, haven't they?
Yeah, I can see why.
To
try and get their body back in.
Yeah, I can see why.
3 days to try and get over it before you get into practice. But Q3. So, like I said, Max just wasn't able to do it. He couldn't top Ferrari. He was having an absolute shit show, and towards the end, he gave up and went back into the pits, and that was it. That was genuinely it. I mean, obviously, Sainz had a 10 grid penalty, so it didn't work out. But that's what Ferrari knew. I mean, ideally, they'd wanted Sainz to get Paul and Leclerc on second, but it's the other way around. So, standings for the race from the quali was Leclerc first, Max, then Russell, Gasly, Albon, Sargent, Bottas, Magnussen, Alonso, Hamilton, Sainz, and then about 9 other drivers who are too far back to even remember the names of. And that's quali.
Yep.
The race. Or lap 1 of the race.
Best comment race.
10-1 of the race. Or as I like to call it, the clusterfuck.
We haven't had this in a while. So it was in a sick kind of way nice to see something happen on the first corner.
What, Max being overly aggressive and then saying he couldn't turn the car on a corner again, like he did with Lewis? Oh, yeah, it was lovely.
Several cars connecting. Alonso just span.
He was bored. He thought, I'm just going to go around.
Perez went into the back of somebody.
I also liked Bottas going twice into Perez because once wasn't enough. Yeah. He then decided to try and go forward with Perez in front of him and hit him again.
Well, no, he got hit from behind, I think, didn't he? So I think Bottas had got hit, then went into Perez. Perez spun round so they was facing each other. Then Bottas got nudged from behind and then back into Perez again. Bottas wasn't happy about that. He said that damage cost him a second a lap after that as well.
Yep.
But yeah, obviously, yeah. So Max massively pushed Leclerc off.
Yeah.
On the first corner. Dangerous. Very, very dangerous, if you ask me.
I didn't like his cocky comment as well, his little remark when, the guys on the radio at first were like, oh, we think you're fine, Max. Just keep going where you are. And then the stewards came, and me and Chai was always sitting there going, the thing is, there's no point. He might as well stay where he is because he'll only get a 5-second penalty.
Yep.
He'll be 9 seconds in front in a minute.
Yeah, and what was with the Red Bull? You was ahead there, Max, at the apex.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah. He was ahead at the apex, but to the point where Leclerc was off the track and you'd gone from one side of the track to the other side of the track. Yeah, then you was ahead because
the apex was half a mile
18 cars behind.
To the left. They were nowhere near the apex.
It was his comment when all of a sudden they came back and went, so yeah, Max, you've been given a 5-second penalty, and he just went, oh yeah, send them my regards.
Yeah.
As if saying, oh, send them my regards, mate. Oh, I'm gonna drive 100 now. And then it was like, yeah, fuck off, dickhead. You're not even getting anywhere.
Yeah, and then Leclerc started catching him, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, absolute arrogant prick.
They boxed him at the right time.
Yeah.
And then Russell nearly had it.
You knew exactly why they was boxing him. They wanted to get him in the pits because they knew Leclerc was going to get him. They pitted him thinking, at least then, Leclerc only got the lead because of that. And it's like, and Leclerc's like, nah, I'm having this, mate. I've got a point to prove here. And he fucking proved it.
Yeah, he did.
Very convincing as well. Leclerc just, fucking class. Absolutely class what he did that weekend. Norris's crash.
Yeah.
That was bad.
That was scary bad.
I mean, because we was watching, obviously we had the camera on the corner, watching all the cars go by, and just as the camera was just cutting to go to another view, you just saw the screen shake and sparks, and Brundle's like, something might have just happened there, and goes back, and it's like, oh, fuck.
220 mile an hour, he hit a bump.
I was going to say McLaren have turned around now and said, yeah, it looks like he hit a bump or something, but that also shows just how little grip there was on a brand new track that had just been, redone and cold tired.
Again, they didn't mention enough that the oil from a new track comes up and makes it slippy, and it was cold, and yeah, it's same for everybody.
Don't do it.
No, don't go there.
The toothpicks.
Do not go there.
And if the toothpicks don't work, I'll give him a phone book for him to start reading and memorise. Watch Rain Man. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, really bad crash. I mean, luckily, pretty much straight away, he's like, I'm okay. But then it took him a while for him to get out the car, which he was shook up and pretty much straight away taken to the medical centre and wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What have I got? Hamilton takes a puncture. Takes him right to the back of the track. But then he had a bit of storm going from there because I think he finished like 9th or something like that off the top of my head. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think we can pretty much kind of rush through the middle bit and then just get to like lap 35 because that's when it really got juicy, really. So Hamilton gets his puncture. Max makes contact with Russell and Russell gets a penalty from the back of that. I think Russell's probably had the most penalties this season.
Yeah. I mean, Russell didn't see Max. Max kind of did dive up the inside. But Russell does this a lot, doesn't he? Does he not? Did he not look? Just find him clumsy. That's the best way I can describe him. And also, when did they start calling him Gorgeous George? I heard that about 3 times. Gorgeous George.
Yeah, I don't know why that's come from.
Yeah. He just didn't look. And like you say, he's a bit clumsy and clunky, and he's making shit, but then he's blaming the car.
That corner is awesome.
Really? How can you blame the car?
Because he's trying to overcompensate for a bad car, so he's making mistakes.
Oh, the bad car that actually got him into like what was it, 3rd? Yeah, car's pretty bad, mate. Yeah.
I think Mercedes gave up after Mexico or Brazil.
Yeah.
Or Mexico.
I mean,
I think it was like our season's over now. Can't catch Perez. Let's start changing the car for next year. And I think Brazil was that, and that's why it was an utter shit show. And again, this weekend, nothing. So I'd be really surprised at the last race of the season they do anything again. Really surprised.
Yeah.
Although Toto's got hopes that he can push him this way. And in fairness, I would as well. I'd be like, you know what, it's the last race. Fuck it. I'm going to fucking destroy that car.
But James, that sounds like a typical hopeful Mercedes fan, which is what we've all been.
Hopeful. Toto's saying, I think we can put. There's 4 points between Mercedes and Ferrari. So Toto's like, we have got a bit of, not enough to win it, but maybe come behind Max and stuff like that. And yeah, if I was that kind of person where it's just like, you know what, I've got no hope. I don't need the car next year. Let's fucking ruin it. What's the worst that can happen? So I don't know, but yeah, you're right. Nothing will fucking happen.
No,
I think it's right.
6 or something like that. And it'll be another joke on Mercedes that goes along with him saying everybody's got a target on the backs next season. But hi Toto. Normally love your work. Not so much the last couple of years, but
no,
keep it up.
None to get better.
So lap 35 all of a sudden gets juicy. So Leclerc gets Perez back. The very next lap, Max takes Perez. And then the very next lap after that, Max takes Leclerc. And then it's just fight. It's all on, yeah. And it's so close. I mean, Leclerc is doing so much defence. And then I think it was lap 43. And I think it was a turn...
Makes the mistake. The same turn. That
little chicane, isn't it? He just goes that little bit too wide, and Perez just goes, "Oh, see ya."
Takes the mistake, which we all know he's got coined a phrase by Mark Wilkin there. Then you think it's all over. You think it's all over. The race is done.
This is when Max became.
Can he?
It's like Max, instead of changing the modes on his steering wheel, changed the mode of his personality from dick mode to ultimate dick mode. And because all he had to do for them last couple of laps was provide a tour. I mean, before he overtook Perez, he was even, come on, guys, let's work together. We can do this. You know, we can do this. We can get the 1-2. Then as soon as he took Perez, he was just like, nah, fuck it, I'm off now. Do it as I had to.
I'm going to defend Max here.
No.
Wow.
No. I think Max, because I think Max wanted to give Perez a tour, tried, and there was about 4 or 5 corners where Perez just couldn't keep up with Max, so dropped out the 1 second. And then if you look at the rear wings of both the Red Bulls, Max had a really skinny one on, and Perez had a massive fat one on. So
had the better rear wing. We all know that.
So it can. Well, Perez had put more downforce on, and I think on that straight, Max just lost him, and then through them corners he lost him, and then it was fuck it, I'm off.
Here's my counter argument then. Here's my counter argument to your counter argument then.
Okay.
How hard is it to slow the car down?
Not very. Does Max know how to?
I mean, if someone says to you, you need to get a second off your lap, and you're already pretty much putting your foot through the floor of the car, you're already thinking it's going to be hard for me to get a second. But if someone says you need to put a second on your lap, all you've got to do with your foot is just go, I'll just take it off just a little bit.
If Max
and then oh yeah, I'm so sorry, you know, I tried so hard to, you know, to help Perez, and it's like, yeah, it must be really hard to fucking slow a car down, mate.
You're forgetting. Jos Verstappen has had his little remote control, and he was like, no, you won't, Max. Get your foot down. Get on.
Yeah, Max has got 2 radios. He's got Horner going, just slow down a little bit, Max. You know, try and help Perez. And fucking Jos is just like that. You fucking do that, I'm going to kill you. You hear me?
You're walking home.
Well, why hasn't this been talked about? Why aren't we talking? Why hasn't anybody really stuck it to Max and said, why did you slow down?
Because if somebody talks about it, Max then slags off the media, and the media automatically has to apologise to him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But then what message does that put out to a potential teammate? Oh, yeah, come join me. Oh, by the way, you're on your own.
Well,
there you are. You've just summed it up. Max Verstappen doesn't play well with others.
Gasly, Ricciardo.
Yeah.
All of them. Yeah. Sainz at Toro Rosso. Kvyat. What have we said about Max? He does not play well with others. Max Verstappen is all about Max Verstappen. He couldn't give a flying fuck how his teammates go. Doesn't care.
No. Although what I am enjoying at the moment is Perez getting position stolen in the last second. It's quite nice.
Yes.
It's beautiful. You see it there going, I'm doing really well. I'm doing really well. And then the car behind just goes, yeah, see you later, mate.
Oh, I mean, that was so nice. It was so good. It was.
Pass of the season. Pass of the season, potentially there.
Yeah, definitely.
He had to get it, that corner, or it was never going to happen. And
wrestle that entire race. Leclerc had all the tyres because he didn't get that pit at the same time as Max and Perez did. He was a sitting, but we all knew it was going to be inevitable. But then he made that lunge, he took it, and he did it. Now, granted, I think Perez may have been teasing him a little bit by slowing down on that turn a little bit more than normal. Oh, come on, I'll give you the chance, thinking I'll do a Max by slow down and then just shoot off. But then realising, hang on, I'm not Max.
He charged.
He just lunged it.
Yeah, for that one lap, he charged his batteries, and the Perez probably thought he had a massive grin on his face, thinking, "I've beat him." And then all of a sudden, little Charles Leclerc goes, "See you later, bye bye."
I mean, you'd think after Alonso had done it to you the week before, you'd be going, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm not falling for that trick again." But no, he's just like, "Nah, they won't do it twice."
He fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
And it was amazing.
It was amazing.
Oh, it was class. Absolute. And it's what we've all been wanting all season. I mean, all season it's been boring because Max gets the lead and then he's 10 seconds ahead and then that is it. And we've made the joke, as soon as he's overtaken on turn 1 in lap 1, that is the race over. But he had to fight for it this week. And But even second and third, the whole thing was a fight, and that was what Formula One was 2 years ago. You know, didn't. If we was doing this 3 years ago, we wouldn't be sitting there every week going Max, 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 or Hamilton, Hamilton, Hamilton for the win every week, because we're like, could be.
Yeah.
You know, Hamilton's got championships, but a lot of them, he's finished second a few times as well. But yeah, so obviously, how it finished there was, when I can't find it, Verstappen with the win, Leclerc second, Perez third, Ocon, Stroll, Sainz, Hamilton, Russell, Alonso, Piastri, and then 10 other drivers that I've forgotten the name of that Tony will memorise because he's going to watch Rain Man one day. I don't really see the point in talking about the standings, because when Max has got 549 points and the next one behind him has got 273, there's nothing there.
Nope.
And then when Red Bull's got 822 points and the next one behind them is Mercedes with 392 points, there is nothing to talk about there.
No.
So, predictions.
Before you get into predictions, can we just say, obviously, on the show last week, me and James didn't have Beth or Tony's predictions. Obviously, things were going on. Beth messaged hers through quite quickly. Tony, on the other hand, was a dick.
I know what
he waited. I didn't realise at the time, when finally he did send his predictions in, he just copied mine.
I only realised 10 minutes before we came on, because I was like, oh shit, I need to get the scores together. 100%. And I'm going through the WhatsApp message, and I've got Beth's message, and I'm scrolling through, and then there's a picture of Tony watching our podcast, doing our predictions, and then all of a sudden he just goes and gave his predictions of, oh yeah, I'm going to go Max, Norris, and Perez, and it's like, and I'm looking at him like,
to be honest, Mark, you did really, really take the piss out of me. You really stuck it to me. You were going, you've led all season, you're all going to get past, da, 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 da. But again, thank you, Mark, because that Leclerc pass and that finish to that race, that was the happiest I've been for a long time.
Shit, I remembered we was changing the rules for this prediction.
Was it?
This week's prediction. We was going to do second, third, and fourth, so that we could get rid of fucking one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was.
Standings now, we need to. Honestly. So, Mark, you went Max, Norris, Perez. You had 57 points. You got 4 more points, giving you...
I didn't know that.
61.
61.
Picks. So, yeah, he's got 61 points now.
61 points.
I had 59 points. I had Max, Perez, and Norris, so I only got 3 points, but gives me a narrow lead on Mark with 62 points. Tony, you also had 59 points. You went Max, Norris, Perez, giving you 4 points, giving you a narrow lead on me of 63. So there is literally 1 point between the three of us. 61, 62, 63.
That is epic for the final race. That is epic.
Me and you have made a comeback.
Oh, yeah.
And it is all to go for in the last round.
That gobshite's been reeled in and he's been a bit quiet, hasn't he?
Let's go for the ladies. Katie had 10 points. You went Hamilton, Ricciardo, Alonso. Still got 10 points.
Yep.
Charlie went 14 points to fucking F1 Guru. Went Sainz, Norris, Alonso. Still got 14 points because they're both awkward twats.
Amen.
Don't mean it, Katie.
I do.
Only because Katie could probably beat me. Beth, on the other hand, had 53 points. Went Max, Norris, Leclerc. Now has 56 points.
But she's out of it. She's out the running. Sorry, Beth. You didn't catch yours.
She's stomping it.
Yeah.
So, this week's predictions. Abu Dhabi. The final race. Now, I'm going to change my predictions because I made mine and then I just suddenly remembered we're not doing 1, 2, 3. We're doing 2, 3, 4.
Are we really doing 2, 3, 4?
What do you think?
Is that serious? So I didn't know we were doing that. I thought it was a joke.
We can quickly change our minds and just go 1, 2, 3. Your shouts.
Go 1, 2, 3.
Go okay, 1, 2, 3.
Unless Tony copies me. Why don't we give 1, 2, 3, 4? And a bonus point for 4th.
I don't think we should change it. Let's just keep it the same because all it will do will just cause drama.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so
4th will be tiebreaker.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
So host goes first, and then we'll have Tony go second, so he can't copy you, Mark.
Cheers, James. Appreciate that.
Max for the win. Duh. Perez second. Norris third. And if we do go 4th, Sainz.
Okay.
Max, Perez, Norris, Sainz.
Yeah.
Okay.
T-Dog?
Okay. Right. Are we all listening?
Mm-hmm. I hope so. We've got 4 minutes.
How many? How long?
4. 3.
Okay. I'll make this very quick and painless then.
Fuck me. It's only took 2 years. Go on.
I'm going to go. And I'm going to go this because this is what I've been thinking about these picks since the last Grand Prix. And I did work out what points everybody has.
2 minutes.
It's took me all year to get to this point. So I've made the decision to do this.
Okay.
I'm going to pick Max to win, Perez second, Norris third, and Sainz 4th. Because technically, I can't lose. If I get exactly the same as James, I can't lose. I might not win, but I can't lose. And that's a decision that I've been thinking about all week. And I'm tearing up here, guys, because it's a very big decision that I might have to give up my lead. I have to give up my season-long lead to Mark for him to win. But at least I don't lose.
You fucking wanker.
We'll go.
Right, I'm going to change, man, because I actually had the same Barry third. I'm going Matt.
No, what are you? I can't say anything.
You've had your go.
Leclerc second.
Yep.
Hamilton third. Perez 4th.
Okay. Right, the girls will just do the 1, 2, 3. So yep. Charlie is gone. Sainz, Leclerc, Perez.
I mean, Beth, there's no point in having yours because again, you've not beat us. You've bottled it. Ha 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 ha.
Hi, Beth.
Hi, Beth. So Katie did Ricciardo, Hamilton, Russell. And what's losers? Beth? I mean, Beth.
What have you gone for, Beth?
You sit there in your ivory tower, Mark. Just you wait until I find you.
Don't you start telling the story like you did.
Max Sainz Hamilton.
I didn't realise how close Beth was. I'm scared. Okay, right. How the hell we squeezed in a Vegas weekend in 2 parts, bearing in mind the first 30 minutes of this podcast was us 3 chatting utter shit. But we did it.
Well done.
As always. And we've still got a minute for me to chat utter shit. Now, did you know the paddock is owned and it's going to be there for 10 years?
10 years, you say?
Now, if you're listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube or listening to it on Spotify or Apple Music or any other streaming platform, that is an interesting fact. In fact, 2 interesting facts that you can go and tell your friends and say, you want to know where we got those interesting facts from, you need to listen to this podcast or even watch this podcast. Yeah. I've still got 30 seconds. So as always, lads, absolute pleasure. Loved every minute of it. I really did enjoy this one as well. First time we've all been back together for God knows how long.
Yay.
Big old shout to Andy from Cookie Cast and the rest of the gang. Yeah, as always, thanks for having us. Share the love. Get everyone listening to us. You see someone walking across the street, chase them down, pin them down, stick your earbuds into their ears. Do it. Tony, listen to Rain Man. If you don't know what Rain Man is, you're too young. Put the podcast down, walk away.
So there we go. What do you think to that? Another one gone, another one in the bag, another race gone, another race to come. Not many more though. No. Big thank you for watching. Big thank you for being here. Big thank you. If I can thank you before you may have done something, if I can just say thank you, please do consider like, share, subscribe and comment. Leave a review where you can leave a review. And check out the website, thecookiecast.com. There we've got social media links and an email button, and that way you can get in touch with us. That's it for this one. Till next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then.
Thanks for listening. If you like this episode of Cookie Cast, please like, share and subscribe.